Well, we're joined here in the studio by Ribal Al-assad, chairman of the IMAN Foundation, which is an organisation that promotes interfaith dialogue around the world. Ribal Al-assad, this is a very tragic event, but should we not make it clear that this kind of anti-Christian sentiment really is only a minority of Muslims?
Yes, of course. Actually, to start with, I agree with Pope Benedict, who has condemned this atrocious act of violence. And we condemn it as Muslims, and myself, we condemn those acts of violence. And we think that this is a minority group of Islam who try to use Islam for some political reasons. And this is why I've created IMAN, which the IMAN Foundation is to promote dialogue, challenge extremism.
I'll ask you about how you do that in a moment, but I mean, frankly, Christianity originated in what is now the Middle East. I mean, obviously, before Islam came, and the irony is that Iraqi Christians had freedom of worship. But what is the problem now? I mean, are they being identified with the West somehow?
I think the problem now is that there is a void. As you know, there is a big void in Iraq, and a lot of people are trying to take advantage of that void. And like some governments who try to intervene, like the Iranian government, for example, trying to fund some groups because they don't want stability in Iraq. And also the government in Iraq, they should form their national unity, and they should work together to try to work and make a real democracy in Iraq, where all groups are protected.
I mean, you actually need interfaith dialogue and even intersectarian dialogue. You're a cousin of the president of Syria.
Yes.
And you come from a relatively small sect in Islam, and you've also had problems with some of the more mainstream Muslim sects, haven't you?
Not really mainstream. Not Syria, it's only a very minority people in Islam who deem that that they deem that me as a Muslim, they deem me as I'm an infidel.
Yeah.
Well, I consider myself as a Muslim anyway, but and we all don't accept, none of us accept those Islamists, or
Sure.
people who consider themselves Muslims and who try to hijack Islam for some reasons, But
I bring this up because it's not clearly just directed at Christians, this kind of
It's directed at everybody, everybody who doesn't share their beliefs or doesn't fall into their type of Muslims. Which is completely absurd. I mean, those people are not Muslims. I have met the Grand Mufti of Egypt, Dr. Ali Goma, who himself said there is no place for these extremists in Islam. And those moderate voices should be heard and should be given more...
Which is the kind of work that your foundation does to try and promote dialogue. Okay, Ribal Al-assad, thank you very much indeed for talking to us. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.